Translation: Rescuing a minion stuck with glue. Morning in the laboratory. A large bottle of glue sits on the table. A curious minion picks it up and shakes it. Tries squeezing it. Squish! The glue sticks tightly to his hand. The minion yanks his hand back. Stuck! The other hand gets stuck too. The minion panics and steps backward. Stuck! His foot sticks to the floor. The minion pulls hard. His body stretches like rubber. More minions rush over. Stuck, stuck, stuck. Glue splatters everywhere, trapping 2 to 3 more minions. The whole group becomes a moving blob of glue. The entire minion cluster loses balance. Roll, roll. The door bursts open. Everyone rolls straight outside. Splash. They all fall into a pond. The glue dissolves, and the minions peel off one by one. Everyone pops up to the surface, relieved. Agnes chasing the butterfly. On a sunny afternoon, Agnes sat on the steps, holding a lollipop and watching a butterfly flutter around. She suddenly jumped up and ran after it, giggling. The butterfly flew out through the gate, and Agnes chased it into the street, completely focused. Gru was reading a newspaper, and the minions were playing with a rolling banana, unaware of what was happening. One minion panicked and raised the alarm, causing the whole group to trip over each other. Agnes stopped at the edge of the road, the butterfly landing on the crosswalk. A car came speeding, but Gru rushed over just in time, scooping Agnes up and pulling her to safety. The minions slid along the ground, forming a barrier and catching their breath. Agnes hugged the butterfly and waved as it flew away. The whole group smiled with relief. Minions discover a strange hat on a table. Small minion decides to try the hat. The hat is too big. Small minion walks without seeing anything. One-eye minion starts laughing. Tall minion takes the hat to try it. The other minions want to try it too. All 3 pull the hat at the same time. The hat suddenly slips out of their hands. The 3 minions look at the hat again. They suddenly get a funny idea.
Sir, yes, sir!
All 3 minions try to wear the hat at the same time. What is this box? I wonder what's inside. What did you find? A mystery box. Open it! It's empty! What? What are you 2 doing? We found this box. Let me check. Do you see anything? Nope. What are you doing? I'm checking better. Hey, why is the box shaking? Oh! Ah! Huh? You scared us! You trickster! Agnes goes missing. The house is quiet. The living room is empty. Poppy walks in, looks around. Poppy calls for Agnes. No answer. Poppy frowns, turns around, searching the room. The minions rush in. Look around, nothing. Poppy raises her hand. Emergency situation. Everyone splits up to search. The minions. Open doors. Look under the table. Check behind the sofa. The minions run back and forth, bumping into each other. Tumbling over. Poppy checks the time. Sweat drips. Agnes is still nowhere to be found. Everyone gathers in the middle of the room. The air goes silent. One minion hears soft breathing. The minion turns, looks toward the window. The curtain gently moves. The minion steps closer, pulls the curtain aside. Agnes is fast asleep behind it. Everyone freezes for a beat. Poppy sighs in relief. The minions look at each other, burst out laughing. An afternoon by the lake. The lake is calm. A light breeze blowing. The whole group is fishing along the shore. Gru sits on a chair. The minions stand behind. Peeking around curiously, the bobber twitches. Gru stares intently. The bobber sinks. Gru jerks the rod up. Nothing. Gru exhales. A minion gets impatient. Pulls the rod to help Gru. The rod shakes violently. The minions crowd in to pull everyone's strains together. The rod bends to its limit. Everyone is tense. Whip, pulling up. An old boot. Dripping water. The whole group freezes. Agnes tilts her head. Looks at the boot. One minion laughs first. The whole group bursts out laughing. Gru looks at the boot. Sighs just then. The nearby bobber jerks hard. Agnes bends down, gently lifts the rod. A small fish jumps out of the water. Agnes beams. The minions gape. The fish flops wildly. Falls back into the lake. Agnes looks surprised. The minions laugh uncontrollably. Oh, Cookie! Whoa! Wait, share! Huh? Hey, is that a cookie? We should share. Oh. Mine! So spicy! I knew it was spicy! Minion cooks breakfast morning in the kitchen. A minion wearing a chef's hat stands in front of the stove, very confident. The minion turns on the stove, places a pot on top. The minion pours ingredients into the pot, stirs evenly. Other minions stand around, watching closely. One minion sprinkles seasoning, just a little. Another minion adds more, much more. A third minion pours in the entire bottle of seasoning. The chef minion freezes. The pot boils over the lid, flies off. Bang! The lid hits the floor. Smoke rises. The kitchen becomes messy, splattered, blackened. The minions stand still, faces covered in seasoning. Poppy walks into the kitchen, stops, looks at the scene in front of her. A moment of silence. Poppy lets out a soft breath, rolls up her sleeves. Poppy grabs another pan, adds fresh ingredients. Poppy cooks neatly, quickly. The minions stand around, watching. A delicious smell fills the air. Poppy plates the new dish, clean and tasty. The minions look at the food. Eyes light up. Poppy smiles, hands on her hips. Building a house with cardboard boxes. An afternoon in the backyard. Cardboard boxes neatly stacked, ready for an exciting playtime. The minions stack the boxes. Poppy adjusts their positions. Agnes tapes them together and decorates. The cardboard house gradually takes shape. One minion gets curious. Whoa! The minion bends down and crawls through the doorway. Inside the house, the boxes shake slightly. Outside, Poppy and Agnes don't notice yet. Still adjusting the decorations, the minion inside crawls a bit farther. R.I.P. The house tilts to one side. Everyone turns to look. Crash! The cardboard house collapses. Boxes spill all over the lawn. From inside the pile, a minion crawls out. A box stuck on his head. Poppy runs over, pulls the boxes away. Agnes laughs out loud. Three minions notice a big red button on a table. No one knows what the button does. Huh? Small minion secretly presses the button. A giant ball suddenly drops from above. The giant ball starts rolling around the room. The minions try to catch the ball. Tall minion comes up with a plan. The ball rolls stronger than expected. One-eyed minion notices the red button again. press the button together. The giant ball transformed into many smaller balls. The minions happily start playing with the balls. Out of control balloons. The whole group is playing ball in the backyard. Bob misses a kick, and the ball rolls toward the fence. Agnes runs after it. As she bends down to pick up the ball, she notices a bunch of balloons tied nearby. Curious, Agnes grabs the balloon string and gives it a tug. A gust of wind blows in, yanking the balloons hard and making Agnes stumble. She holds on tightly, then she's lifted completely off the ground, her feet kicking in the air. Gru turns around, startled, and runs toward her. He reaches for Agnes's legs but slips. Agnes rises higher, drifting away from the yard. Gru runs underneath, jumps again, and manages to grab Agnes's legs. He's dragged a few steps across the grass. The minions rush in to hold on to Gru, forming a line to pull him back. The balloons shake violently. Dr. Nefario runs over and quickly ties the string to a large rock. The balloons slowly descend. Agnes gently touches the ground. The wind calms. Agnes looks at everyone and smiles. Rescuing a minion stuck to a magnet. The whole group walks along casually. One minion walks ahead, suddenly stops, looks down at the ground. A large magnet lies by the roadside. The minion bends down, picks it up, turns it around curiously. The magnet pulls in small metal pieces from the road. The minion is delighted. The minion keeps walking while playing with it. Brings the magnet close to everything. They pass by a metal pole along the street. Clap! The magnet snaps tightly onto the pole. The minion pulls his hand back. It won't come off. Two other minions rush over, try to pull him away. The more they pull, the more he sticks. The minion gets dragged in, hugging the pole tightly, feet dangling in the air. The whole group gathers around in a panic. Seeing this, Gru runs off to find another magnet, flips the polarity. Gru brings the magnet closer. Clap! The minion pops free from the pole. The minion falls and sits on the road, eyes spinning. Gru exhales in relief. The whole group bursts out laughing. A light flight, an afternoon at the park. A minion holds an umbrella, looks at the sky strolling happily. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind. The umbrella flips inside out. The minion is lifted off the ground. Feet dangling, the minion flies low, hands gripping the umbrella handle tightly. Other minions turn around, panic. The whole group rushes over. Grab the minion's legs. The minion gets pulled downward, but the wind still holds on. Gru runs over, adds his strength from below. The whole group forms a chain, pulling the minion down. A tense moment. The wind weakens, the umbrella collapses. The minion drops gently onto the grass. Thump! Everyone falls into a pile. The minion sits up, rubbing his head. The other minions sigh in relief. A moment later, another breeze passes by. The umbrella lifts slightly again. The minion panics and immediately lets go of the umbrella, letting the wind carry it away. Rescuing stuck in the elevator. Gru leads Agnes, Edith, the minions, and the doctor into the elevator. The elevator begins to descend. Suddenly, the elevator shakes slightly, comes to a complete stop. Lights start blinking. Minions, eyes wide, staring at everyone, pressing all the buttons. Agnes clutches her dress, worried. Edith crosses her arms, curiously looking at the ceiling. Gru frowns, observing the situation. Doctor opens his briefcase and takes out a door-opening device. Hastily assembling, Gru steps forward, pulls at the elevator doors with all his strength. The doors don't move. Minions join in, pulling with Gru. The whole group slides backward. Agnes looks down the small gap in the doors. Agnes slips through the gap, disappears outside suddenly. The elevator doors burst open, piles on top of each other. Silence for a few seconds. A minion peeks out first. Agnes stands outside, smiling, gives a thumbs up. The elevator doors close behind them. The group steps out, shaking their heads with a light laugh. Morning warm-up. Morning at the park. A wide lawn, fresh air. Gru demonstrates the warm-up moves, raises his arms, lowers them. Agnes stands beside him, copies every move perfectly. The minions stand behind, watching Gru, watching Agnes. Gru leans to the left, Then to the right, Agnes follows, perfectly in sync. The minions imitate. Some lean left, some lean right. Arms out of rhythm. Gru switches to squats. Down, up. Agnes squats neatly. Gru moves to arm rotations. Steady rhythm. Agnes rotates her arms gently. The minions rotate their arms, bump into each other, lose their formation. Gru turns around, looks at the line of minions. A moment of silence. Gru switches to jumping in place. Agnes jumps on beat. The minions jump along. Some jump early. Some jump late. The whole group turns chaotic. Gru puts his hands on his hips. Sighs. The minions sit on the ground. Burst out laughing. Poppy spots danger. On a warm, sunny afternoon in the garden, Agnes sat on the grass, carefully stacking her colorful building blocks. Stuart and Bob were playfully tossing a banana back and forth. Poppy stood a little ways off, watering the plants while keeping an eye on the whole yard, humming softly as she worked. Suddenly, Poppy noticed a box precariously placed up high. She tilted her head, eyes wide, watching. A gentle breeze blew, and the box wobbled. Panicked, Poppy waved to warn everyone. The box began to slide down. Stuart and Bob shouted, collided, and tumbled on the grass. Agnes froze, clutching her toys. Poppy rushed over and pulled Agnes back just in time. Crash! The box hit the ground, luckily missing everyone. The group let out a sigh of relief, still wide-eyed from the shock. An afternoon at the park. One minion gets tired, walking while rubbing his legs. The minion spots a stone bench, runs over quickly. On the bench is a sign, caution, wet paint. The minion doesn't notice. The minion plops down on the bench, stuck fast. The minion tries to stand up, won't budge. The minion wiggles a little. The bench shakes along. The other minions turn back, panic. The whole group rushes over. One minion pulls his arm. Still can't get him off. Another minion pushes the bench. The bench moves with him. The stuck minion makes a twisted face. Gru runs over, surveys the scene. Gru grabs the minion firmly, pulls hard. Rippee! The minion pops free. But paint is smeared all over his back. The minion freezes. Looks at his back. Everyone looks, bursts out laughing. The minion turns around, looks at the bench on the bench, clearly printed. The outline of a minion. The minion blushes, covers his back. Gru shakes his head. The great cleanup battle Gru's house is neat and quiet. Gru steps outside and closes the door. Inside, 3 minions look at each other and grin mischievously. One minion opens the flower cabinet. Poof! Flour explodes, covering the house in white. Another minion pours paint onto the floor, slips and falls, leaving a long, colorful streak. The third minion eats bananas and throws the peels everywhere. Fast cuts, comedic rhythm. The house slowly turns into a battlefield. The door opens. Gru freezes. The camera pans across the chaos. Flour, paint, bananas, wrecked furniture. Gru crosses his arms, frowns, and taps his foot. He points at the floor. Clean up. A minion grabs a mop and slips and falls, dragging a bucket of water along. Another minion vacuums and accidentally sucks up a banana. A minion wipes the window. The more he wipes, the blurrier it gets. The more they clean, the messier it becomes. Gru sighs and picks up a broom to demonstrate. The minions watch, then seriously copy him. The house gradually becomes clean again. When Gru needs the toilet. Immediately, the house is quiet. The clock ticks. Gru stands in the middle of the room, holding his stomach, pale-faced gurgle. Gurgle Gru bends over, rushes toward the bathroom. Gru inserts the key, turns it. It won't open. Gru turns again, harder. Still won't open. The minions hear the noise, turn around. They look at Gru, instantly understand. The minions hit the door. It won't budge. Another minion pushes. The door shakes. Gru clutches his stomach, sweat. The doctor runs over, dragging a vacuum cleaner. Plugs it in, turns it on. We run! Powerful suction. The vacuum doesn't pull the door. It sucks in the minions instead. Minions stick to the hose, dangling in the air. Click! The door opens. Gru dashes straight into the bathroom, slams the door shut. Bam! outside. The vacuum turns off. The minions drop to the floor.